Hello everyone! Welcome to this game, which was created by Tsunami in 2007. Alright guys, I do believe it is time for me to reboot my RPG Maker Let's Plays. And because this is a reboot, first impressions are everything. And so, rather than spend several minutes on this black screen and red text trying to introduce this Let's Play, I'll just go ahead and do that after the opening sequence. So let's go ahead and jump right into this game. Are we ready? Yes, of course I am. Levin, hurry up. I'm not sure about this, Ivan. Do we have to do this? Maybe we should get Pelagia's help. Now's not the time to have second thoughts. Not when we're so close. We're obligated to do this. Alright, I have some things to say about obligations, but I'll say those things when they become more relevant. Also, the music stopped. Foreboding. He's right. Let's just hurry and get this over with. Alright, so here we are at the end of the game, and right through this door is our main antagonist. Either this is going to be a really short game, or something bad is going to happen. You know what? I bet something bad is going to happen, so let's just go ahead and leave and, oh wait, never mind. We can't leave. Alright, well, shoot. Alright, well in that case, before we get ourselves killed, let me quickly go over our characters here. First off, we got Levin. He is an archer. He doesn't have anything of interest. Next is Vronsky. He is our Axeman. He also doesn't have much of interest, except for this. He's got anti-critical, meaning he's immune to critical hit. I'll go over that later. And lastly, we have Ivan, our leader. He's a knight. He actually has stuff, including a lightning spell. That's kinda cool. He also has the special trait of escape, which means he's always able to run. Consider that foreshadowing. In fact, just to make running easier, let's go ahead and put somebody else in the lead. Levin, you're up. Alright, so we got ourselves our archer leading the group now. With that done, let's go ahead and take care of this little situation. It's you. I knew you three would come to take this power away from me, but I won't let you. If it wasn't for me, you never would have found it. You never would have been able to obtain it with that decrepit body of yours, but that doesn't matter. We're here to do what needs to be done. Alright, it is time for the final battle. Kind of. Alright, so it is a turn-based battle system with gauges like Final Fantasy, except it's not active. As soon as somebody's turn comes up, everything pauses so you can get in your attack. Let's hope we can get in a better attack. How about you, big guy? Axeman with a stick? Hit him with your stick. You look pretty strong, right? Don't know. You missed. Well, you know what wouldn't miss? Magic. So let's use our magic spell. Surely a lightning strike will cause more than 0 damage. Yep. It caused more than 0 damage. And so did that spell. Alright. Great game, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. But of course this isn't really the end of the game. Clearly, we were meant to lose. And now, I shall kill you all! There's a little hole up there in the top, and it makes me want to climb up there and see if there's any secrets. but this is just a picture. Ivan has escaped. Has he gone to find more help? But it doesn't matter. He won't elude me much longer. Sen, come in here. I have a job for you. What do you have in mind? Meanwhile, back at Akira's house... Family. It's something I've dedicated my life to. I worked hard to provide for my wife and daughter. My family sustains me. But then, he came. My daughter couldn't resist him. He defiled her. He needs to be persuaded to own up to what he did. Now he's left her alone. He's gone off south of here to that village Oteki. The authorities won't give me justice. I hear you're good at this sort of thing. So how about it? Can you help me? Can you make him pay? I demand 300 gold for this job. Done. Just give me justice. I assume what you've handed me is his picture? Yes, it belongs to my daughter. His name's Koibito, and he ran off to Oteki, at least as far as I know. I'll find him. I know Oteki well. Wait here for my return. I'll bring back a trinket of his to prove that the job was done. So you'll really kill him for me? That's what you want, right? I do whatever the job entails, without hesitation. Alright. So, we're playing as an assassin. That's cool. Alright, so let me lay out my game plan for this episode. Gonna talk about the reboot situation, then I'm going to go ahead and wander around town and talk with townsfolk, and we'll finish this episode off by killing our target. I would talk about the reboot and talk to townsfolk at the same time, but I kinda suck at multitasking. So, while I talk about my reboot, I'm going to go ahead and just use RPG Maker 3's tank controls to wander around Akira's house. But first, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Draygone the Willem Fuzzbottom Jr., and I am a raccoon dragon, as far as you know. Also, I should probably go ahead and do some, just real quick, Patreon shoutouts. And those shoutouts are going to Theo Vellum, Snow Hazard, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. Alright, so the reboot situation. So for the past couple of years, I have been streaming my RPG Maker playthroughs. The intention was that while I was streaming them, the game creators could hang out in the chat and give some inside developer commentary while I played their game. And it was kind of neat. At least for a while. The problem is, in order to ensure that the game creators would be able to be there, I had to make sure that I streamed at the same time, at the same day, every single week. If I ever wanted to do something else, too bad. I got obligations. And it got to the point where it just wasn't very fun anymore. So, in order to have fun with these again, I am not doing any more RPG Maker streams. I am going back to my roots and doing regular RPG Maker Let's Plays. I actually have been doing RPG Maker games for quite a while. Like, this game right here, I actually Let's Played this 8 years ago. So, yeah, it's been a grip. The reason why I've been doing these RPG Maker playthroughs is I like showing them off. Especially with the RPG Makers created for the PlayStation and PlayStation 2. In case you're wondering, this RPG Maker is RPG Maker 3, created for the PlayStation 2. And I especially like playing these because they need to be shown off, and not many people can actually play these. Because playing and downloading these console RPG Maker games it's a little convoluted. And in case you're wondering what I mean, all you have to do is check out the link in the description, the download link. As for this game, like I said, I Let's Played this 8 years ago, and at the time, I was very much new to Let's Playing, and because I was new to Let's Playing, that Let's Play kinda sucked. Even worse, the video quality of that Let's Play is just terrible. It's so bad that half the time you can't even read the dialogue. Like, you see that little information box on the top left of the screen that tells you where you are? Most of the time, you couldn't even read that. This game deserves a better look. Literally. And it is deserving because this is actually a fairly decent game. As you might have guessed, the story is kind of interesting. The battles are actually pretty well balanced, and the game actually has a bunch of optional stuff to do, including an optional dungeon. And actually, I think it's 2. So yeah, I decided that for this reboot, I would go back and redo one of my first Let's Plays. The only real problem with this game is the fact that it was created for RPG Maker 3. You'll see what I mean as we go along. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and find out about our main character here. After I take another drink. This is thirsty work. In case you're wondering why I'm making so many cuts and I'm so thirsty, is because my voice is kind of worn out at this point, because technically speaking, I already recorded this episode. But in the first attempt at this episode, I actually did take the time to explain everything that I just explained on that black title screen, and I decided, you know what, I need to make better first impressions than that. So you see, I try to make some effort into making sure that these Let's Plays are kind of okay, even if it wears me out. I try not to wear myself out too often though. Otherwise, just doing regular Let's Plays are gonna be sucky. Anyway, about our main character. He is a Ronin. Offhand, I don't know exactly what a Ronin is, but I'm assuming it has something to do with being an assassin. He's got a few items here. He's got his katana, couple herbs which restore 50 health. He's got a green tea which restores 40 MP. He doesn't have any magic yet though. He's got this defensive anti-critical thing though, which, as a reminder, makes him immune to critical hits. And I'll go ahead and explain that now. When it comes to descriptions, RPG Maker 3 does not have word wrap. If you want hits to be on a single line, you're going to have to do that manually. And unfortunately, whenever you're editing descriptions in RPG Maker 3's editor, it does not look like this. So you have no idea when each line ends. So you have to kind of guess at it. Kind of dumb. Also, he's got the special trait of Swift, which allows him to attack more quickly. Basically, what this is, it's an auto haste. Like Final Fantasy haste. And the reason Tsunami has this set for Akira is because RPG Maker 3's battle system is kind of slow. And so, making Akira faster like this kind of helps compensate for that. As for that picture we supposedly received a little bit ago, it is not in our inventory, so we're going to kind of have to take the game's word for it that we have that. Alright, with that all out of the way, time to talk to people. Thank you. I'll wait here till you come back. Remember, he's south of here in Oteki. Alright, I know exactly where that is. Hey, look at this! We have a butler! Good day, sir. I'll watch the house while you're gone. Yeah, you do that. Alright, I'm pretty worn out at this point, and I think after I left this house, the rest of this episode went pretty well, so I'm going to cut back into my first recording. Hopefully, my first impressions are pretty good, because, definitely wore myself out making sure I gave this game and this Let's Play some good first impressions. Did I see a person over there, or was it my imagination? Anyway, I am going to go ahead and take the time to talk to the townsfolk, but like I said, we'll definitely get around to killing the person by the end of this episode. It won't take long. Partly because we can't go here. Or can we? Oh wait, we can! I'm thinking of a different castle. Alright. Okiku Castle. Yep, I'd say we really improved this place since the invasion. Hard to believe that was 10 years ago already. Actually, I suppose at this point it would be more like 18? Because, you know, let's play this 8 years ago. Welcome to Okiku Castle. So we're getting a little bit of a backstory over there. We'll learn more about the backstory as we go along, especially in the next episode, of what this world is like and what we're about over here. It isn't easy to keep order in this city, but I think we do a good job. Yeah, well, aside from the fact that you apparently have an assassin living in a mansion nearby, sure. Thank you for opening my cell, but I'd really rather stay in prison. 3 square meals a day and a roof over my head? Can't beat that. Hell, I think I'll commit another crime as soon as my sentence is up. You sound like a story I read. I mentioned this in the original Let's Play, and I still don't remember what the story is called, but it was about a guy who committed crimes for the sake of going to jail and having a warm meal. Nothing special about this statue, I guess. Ever been down to Oteki? I still refuse to confirm that to the Gaian way of living down there, even though it's been 10 years since the invasion. So, the gist of it is, this country that we're in was invaded and now is under martial rule or something like that. Good to see you, Akira. Thanks for helping me out with that rebellion a while back. Hope you're enjoying the new house. Indeed I am. Something is being implied there. But we'll go ahead and make those discoveries as we go along. First, let's go to church. Ooh, what we got here? This is a warp gate, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. Ah, I see. We're being plot blocked. Oh, good day, Akira. May the Lord be with you. And also with you. In RPG Maker 3, there is actually a church function where you can have, like, your health restored and stuff like that. But I think this guy is just talking to us. He serves no function. Alright, who else we got over here? Got a guy right there. Let's talk to that guy. Hey guy, you should check out some of the shops around here. They might be selling some stuff you'd find useful. Hey, good advice. What time is it, by the way? Looks to be about 1 o'clock. What money I got? I got 50 gold. Good to know. Alright, what we got in the shop here? Now, not that I can really need to buy anything right now. I think the items I have are going to be good enough for the time being. Just kind of curious. Herbs, spotted eggs, green tea, heavy. That's kind of an interesting thing there. New sword. Medicine Revival Elixir. That's going to be important down the line. Heavy. New sword. Let's see what do we got right now. We got a katana. Just a regular katana. Alright then. Well, look, I actually have some things to say about the RPG Maker 3's shop system, but I don't need to make this video too complaining, so let's happily make our way to... Give me the name of this place. The inn. Let's go to the inn. I'm sorry, sir, but we're closed right now. Please come back later. But there's a person back there. I saw him. Did you see him? He's kind of behind that wall there, slightly to the left. You'll see, he's kind of wearing red. Did you see him? In this case, we're definitely being plot blocked. We'll be seeing that guy in a bit. Hey, mister! If you're looking for my dad, he's inside. Well, I'm not going to be looking for him yet. Remember how I said that this game has a bunch of optional quests? One of them is in here. However, it's not available quite yet. Please help my husband. Our livelihood depend on the caravan. Yeah, I'll be definitely doing that. Maybe in the next episode, maybe in the episode after. Probably in the episode after. By the way, I'm taking your stuff. Spotted egg. And every time you obtain an item, you have to go into the menu here to find out what item you got. Well, at the very least, we got a couple new items. What do these do? Because I can't remember. Spotted egg restores 100 health. White wine restores 80 MP. So these are pretty good items. Alright, let's see here. Let's go in here next. Dio's house. Hi, Dio. I do find the history of this nation of Sakai so interesting. That is, of course, why I bought this house here. Good for you. You're not important, by the way. That guy is not important. If I remember correctly, there is nothing behind the buildings, but I'm going to go ahead and look anyway. And I'll meet you at that guy over there. Alright, you. Talk to me. It seems like most Sakaians moved to Oteki after the invasion. It's too bad, really. Were they like forced out, or did they just willingly move out of here because they don't want to be involved with this place? Also, you kind of look like that Ivan guy from the start of the game. Freaking recolors. Alright, one last person and then we're out of here. Being a guard is not as dull as everyone makes it out to be. I mean, just the other day... Well... Oh, this one time... who the hell am I kidding? This job's boring as hell. And here I thought he was about to break the whole being a guard is boring trope. By the way, in case you're wondering what it looks like behind the buildings, there you go. It looks like that. Alright, sun is going down, so we should probably get a move on. RPG Maker 3 gets kinda dark at night. Hopefully it's not too dark. In the original recording, it was too dark. But I got myself a new capture device and set things up so that things shouldn't be too dark once that sun goes down. Alright, so let's see here. We are in the country of Sakai. Or maybe an island of Sakai. There's basically only two towns here. That and this. So here we are on the world map. Over there is one of the last dungeons in the game. That's kind of cool that you can see that all the way from here. There's also another dungeon off in that direction, but that comes later. For now, let's go ahead and walk along to our next destination. By the way, there are random encounters. You can't fight them on the trail, so let's go ahead and get off the beaten path. Ooh, lens flare. And here we go into a random encounter. Where we're fighting a couple of vultures with like skeleton heads. Officially, these are called avians. Technically speaking, all birds are avians. I mentioned before that the battle system is pretty well balanced, and like any first enemy of the game, these guys go down in one hit. By the way, you'll notice how Akira is glowing red. That's because of that auto haste I talked about earlier. And that is the end of our first battle. Well, the end of the first battle we were allowed to win. We get 40 gold and absolutely no experience. Yeah, that's kind of a thing I'm not thrilled with about this game. Not that it's a big deal, but basically, random encounters are only good for money. In regards to gaining experience and getting stronger, basically you level up through the plot and through optional stuff. Which, by the way, helps the optional stuff be pretty dang worth it. You know, I don't think I went to that place over there the first time I played. I mean, I did, but I didn't go to it before I went into Oteki. Let's go ahead and see what happens if I try going here now. Just in case, I'm gonna save. And this game comes with 3 save files already made. I guess these are test saves. They're apparently not very far into the game. Which one will I save on? Let's save on the middle one. Generally, I do not save on the first file. It's a weird thing that I have. Yeah, it's definitely becoming nighttime. Western Tunnel. Am I going to be kicked out? I'm sorry, but the tunnel to Gaia is under construction right now. Please come back later. Alright. I'm also kind of curious about the dungeon that I said was over there. I'll see. If I think of it, maybe I'll go see if I can go to it early the next episode. That is, I want to find out what happens if I go to it before I'm supposed to. We'll see if I remember to do that. It depends on if there's a trail along the way. As long as there's a trail there and I can avoid random encounters, I'll do it. For now, let's head into Oteki. And we're about done with this episode, because I happen to know exactly where our target is. But first, let's find out exactly where our target is. Somebody in here that can tell me. Yoku's house. I've been keeping tabs on that abandoned house across the village. It almost seems like someone's hiding out in there. Well, there's our answer. As long as I'm here, I'll talk to this little kid. People in the village say that I shouldn't talk to you. My mom doesn't seem to care, though. All she cares about is making money. Wait. Talking to me specifically, or talking to me because I'm a stranger? Is that a jersey you're wearing? You're wearing a jersey. What are you wearing a jersey in a fantasy world? Hold on. There's totally a 0 on the back of your shirt. That is a jersey. Or like a medieval jersey. That's kind of interesting. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, day and night system does actually affect things in RG Maker 3. And in fact, I'm pretty sure there's some day and night stuff going on in this game. Yeah, in fact, one of the optional quests is required that you take part in night. Anyway, here's the abandoned house, and there is our target. Before I talk to you, I'm going to see if there's any treasure up here. Nope, doesn't seem to be. By the way, as I'm walking along these stairs, you'll probably notice an exclamation mark appearing at the side of my screen, up there in the upper corner. There it is. That is telling you that there is some sort of event here where I am standing, but it is not active yet. That means that at some point in the future, something is going to be here. But right now, there isn't. So let's just go ahead and talk to you. Who the hell are you? You're Kobito, aren't you? Who wants to know? What the hell do you want? Nothing. Hey, what the hell are you doing with that sword? Stay back! I'm warning you! No swirl. Should have been a battle swirl. We had one with Nikolai, but there's not one here. And this game in particular is a little inconsistent about using battle wipes and not. Alright. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. And we're done. That was easy. Killing people is easy. And we have received Kobito's pocket watch. Well, that was simple. I'd better return home and collect my reward. We'll do that next time. For the moment, let's take a look at this pocket watch. No description. Probably because of stuff like this. Who wants to deal with word wrap that doesn't exist? So a lot of items in this game are not going to have a description. Kind of a bummer that. Anyway, with that out of the way, and by the way, no, the person in that house over there is not going to bring up the fact that suddenly this house is empty again. Not for a little bit anyway. There is going to be another subquest involving her. I can't remember exactly when it opens up, but it's not going to take too long. By the way, how does this look visually, the night? You can see well enough, can't you? It's actually brighter on my TV than it is in the recording, but if I brighten it up in the recording, that makes daytime too bright. So I settled for this, and hopefully it is well enough. With that said, we're going to go ahead and end this episode. So, down at the bottom of the screen is all of my patrons. I'm going to go ahead and head out of town and save. And next time, we're going to go ahead and get some backstory about what's going on around here and who Akira actually is. And we're going to start by exploring this town and meeting an old friend. And anything else? I suppose I should mention that this is not the only Let's Play I'm doing here. I am also playing Shining Force on the Sega Genesis. More specifically, I'm playing the Sega Genesis version of Shining Force on Steam. So that's a thing. And even though I'm not streaming very many games anymore, or especially not RPG Maker games, I do the occasional stream at Twitch, so go ahead and check that out from time to time. With that said, I think I'm done here. So, we're done here.